Me and my partner, Frenchie, we headed up into them mountains over there. We was looking for gold. You see, we'd heard stories about them Spanish dudes what came up into the mountains and went after the Indian and got their gold and run with it. Well, we heard them stories, and we knew that one time there'd been some of them Spanish fellows, and they got a whole bunch of gold. They stole it from the Indians, and they ran way up into the mountains, and the Indians was chasing them, and they knew they were going to get caught. So they hid that gold way back up in a cave somewhere, so the Indians couldn't find it. And they tried to run, but they didn't make it. The Indians killed every single one of them. But in the midst of the fight, they killed almost all the Indians too. Nobody ever found the gold. Me and Frenchie, we decided to get us some mules and some digging stuff and to go up into them mountains and find that gold. Well, we started out, we had to go across the desert first. And while we was going across that desert, it was the most strangest thing. You know how sometimes you feel kind of like maybe somebody's just staring right in the middle of your back, and your eyeballs poking you right in the back, but you turn around and you look and ain't nobody there. Like somebody's watching you. Well, that's what it felt like. All the way across that desert, like somebody was watching, but I'd turn around and I wouldn't see nobody. We went across that desert and we got all the way up to that mountain. And that night we built a big old fire. We sat around that fire and we got so sleepy we couldn't even hold our eyes open. Then we went to bed. I was on one side of the fire and Frenchie was on the other side. About the middle of the night I woke up and I had this strange feeling once again like somebody was just staring at me. And I looked around. At first I didn't see nobody. Then I looked over on the other side of the fire, and I was about ready to call out, "Frenchie, what you doing over there?" Because there was somebody standing over on the other side of that fire. And I looked real close, and I noticed it wasn't Frenchie because it was too tall. And I kind of sneaked over near the fire where I could get a look at it. And there it was. Very strange. Standing there right over top of Frenchie. One of them dead Spanish guys. I know that's what he was, because I could tell by the armor and the helmet and all that stuff. But you know he'd been dead so long, his face was all swiveled up, his eyeballs done right out, around his hands where his knuckles used to be the bones. That old Spanish fellow, he was standing there and he had a big old long spear. And that spear was stuck in the ground, right through Frenchie's heart. Frenchie was dead. And that Spanish fellow, he lifted his eyes up, but he didn't have no eyes, he just had holes. He looked right straight at me. He pulled that spear out. Frenchie's blood comes gushing out all over the place. That fellow just walked right through the middle of that fire, coming at me. Pulled that spear back. I was trying to run. I was telling my feet, let's get out of here. We got to go. And they were just hanging right there on the ground. My body was trying to go, but my feet weren't moving. And I was so scared, and here he comes. He's got that spear. And he's getting closer and closer. And just before he's ready to stab me with that spear, all of a sudden there's this sound, and an arrow comes right in the middle of his armor. And he fell over dead. Well, now, that was very strange, because how do you kill somebody who's already dead? If they ain't alive, how can they be dead? I knew there had to be something special going on. I looked over where the arrow comes from. There was big old tall Indian standing there. Oh, he was dead too. His skin was all shriveled up, brown, and all his lips was gone. He just had his little teeth sticking out. He had one shriveled up eyeball, and just the hole where the other was, and knuckles, and fingers, and everything. Bones was all sticking to him. He looked over at me. This time my feet paid attention, because we all got out. And we started running, and my feet, and my body, and all of us. And I was running just as fast as I could go, and I was running and running, and every time I turned around and looked over my shoulder, there'd be that Indian. He was putting an arrow in his bow. He was pulling it back. And I'd run and run and run, and I'd look back, and there'd be that him. And he wasn't doing nothing, just walking. He was walking like this, and I was running fast as I could. I couldn't get away from him. I run down the mountain and right out onto the desert, and I just started running across the desert as fast as I could. Every time I looked at him, that ain't. He had that arrow pulled all the way back. And I heard him let go. I heard it. And just about the time I heard that, I tripped on a rock. And that arrow, what was supposed to go right in the middle of my back, went right in my arm, right here. And I fell on the ground. And I was trying to get up and run. That arrow had gone clean through my arm and stuck in the ground. And I couldn't move. And I went in, reached down and pulled out a big old long knife, big old curved thing, had dried blood and guts all over it. He comes up. He's getting right over top of me and he's getting ready to stab me. But then, I guess he figured, being as how he hadn't killed me the first time with the arrow, he was going to let me go. So he just kind of leaned down real close like and said, "Get off my land." And I didn't argue. I got up and I run just as fast as I could, and I run to town. And I run through the town, and the people had to chase me down and bring me back. I run so fast. But you know, I still had that arrow in my arm. The doctor, he took it out, but I saved the arrowhead just to remember that I didn't never want to go on that Indian land. Now,